I used to go to this school. I'm from Castlemilk, and I graduated from the academy, when it was the academy, in 1997, 26 years ago. Wow. So I've been acting since then. I'm
Atta Yaqub. I went to Sean's Academy, which is just down the road. If you look to your right, I'm on one of those posters up there. You might see my big beak. I was in that film, but also if you look to the left, I was in Trainspotting 2 as well. So I've done a bit of work in TV and film. I also work in Sports Scotland, so I'm involved in a couple of things.
And I'm Star. I am currently still studying at the Conservatoire and will be graduating in a couple of weeks.
We want to make sure you leave today just with a little nugget. Do you know what a nugget is? Just with a little bit of information or a bit of detail that you think, do you know what, see what Marty was talking about, or Atta was, or Star was, I might use that. Or do you know what, he grew up in Castlemilk. He's an Asian guy from the south side who's done a bit of acting. Star comes from Inverclyde, does musical theatre. There may be something in our stories that you might say, I want to use that. As I've said, I'm an actor. I also work for Sports Scotland. I've been acting for a number of years, done some really amazing productions, as in Trainspotting 2, A Kiss, but then done some really small jobs as well, short films, done a bit of TV presenting. So my acting work has allowed me to develop myself as a presenter. I've done podcasts before. Been on BBC Asian Network to do a podcast with some of the guys you know here, Takai. We've done something called Scottistan, so what it was like being Scottish and Pakistani in Scotland. I've done radio, so I've done a whole plethora of things. So you're in safe hands here with people who have done different things.
So I was born here in Castlemilk. I was born on Hoddam Avenue. And when I was 10, my sister was in an amateur company over in Eastwood. And they were doing a production of Oliver. And they had said to my sister, they've got a lovely wee boy playing Oliver, they've got these beautiful kids to play the chorus, but it didn't have anybody who was like an artful dodger. Who was like the dodgy guy who'd pick pockets and all the rest of it. So they said to my sister, do you know anybody? She's for Castlemilk, do you mind? You know an artful dodger? She said, I might know the very one. And I was 10, and that was me. I started acting, that was my very first part, which is one of the best parts I've had. And then she signed a form for me to go to drama school when I was 19, what is now the Conservatoire, was the academy back then. And all I had to do was sign it and send it. And then I managed to get an audition there. That was 1994, got accepted. Did 3 years there, and graduated in 97. And I've been pretty much playing artful dodgers for the rest of my life since I've become an actor. So I've done pretty much every genre there is. I've acted in operas, I've in music videos, radio, pantomime, short film, feature film, theatre, pretty much you name it.
So I kind of started off not really thinking that you could go into acting and it was something you could study. Did drama at school and started off in youth theatre, kind of similar to Martin. And really enjoyed it. Then started thinking, oh, I need to focus on my studies because, you know, acting's not something you can do as a career. So I wanted to be a doctor and worked really hard at my exams. And then I kind of heard a bit about Transitions, which I'm sure we'll maybe speak about soon. But Transitions is a kind of scholarship mentoring programme at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland that is part of Fair Access and helps you get in to a kind of drama school or a college that you can go and study acting or musical theatre and any of these things. So I got involved with that and soon found out that you could go and study this. And I come from, like, you know, my mum and dad aren't very well off, quite a working class background.
My perception of Conservatoire was always like, you need to be a 5A student or you need to talk quite posh, didn't talk like me, didn't look like me. So I didn't go to Conservatoire, but did you get that vibe when you were there? And how, because the scheme that we're here trying to promote is you can be anyone from anywhere. Conservatoire is open to everyone.
I found it intimidating because he knew it was such a big college. And I think something like 900 people had applied that year for 22 positions.
Wow.
So it did feel quite a lot under a bit of pressure in that sense. However, at that time, most of my class was still made up of working class guys from Scotland. Struggled in first year to understand a lot of things. But I think they test you very much in first year, see how you're getting on. And it wasn't until second and third year the penny started to drop with me. I started to apply myself properly, do warm-ups in the morning, voice and movement warm-ups, and all of a sudden everything started to change. And then as years went on, I slowly kind of relaxed a bit, my voice got deeper, and it became the more work I did, the better. So it can be quite an intimidating place, but the tutors there are great, and if you apply yourself properly, then all you do is fly, you know. And I got better and better and better and better.
Brilliant. So just going to throw something back at you guys, right? Because I like this bit of engagement before I go back to our Star and Marty. What do you think might hold you back to go into a transitions programs or an RCS, or, you know, because you'll maybe want to do sports or medicine or law, but this career in arts, do you think something might hold you back?
They might not think you can get a real job in it and stuff.
Excellent. You might not think you get a real job from it.
Maybe like the background where you were brought up and stuff like that.
Background, it's a really good one. Where you're from, you might not get a job in it, because when you leave school, you want to go into a bit of education, as Star's doing, but you want a job at the end of it. You want to be earning some money.
Money was a big one for me. I didn't think I could do this just due to like my family's financial background. I worked from the age of 14, like in an ice cream shop and then a sandwich shop and just all over the place, just to try and, you know, put a bit of money there for me, because my parents couldn't really support me massively.
But you used the transitions program to help support that journey.
Yeah, and so they, you know, if you do go on the transitions program, they can, you know, provide you the kind of scholarship to go and do the juniors course at the RCS, or you can do like a bespoke path, which is what I did, where you do short courses. You know, like I did a year-long introduction to actor training course, which kind of taught me everything I know about acting.
And there is obstacles in that sense coming from a place like this. You maybe just don't think you can get there. But actually, having a background like you will give you a richness in your history and your background that other people just don't have, growing up in a place like this. You know, the way you speak, the stories you tell, the way you hang about with each other, the things that have happened to you in your life up to now are probably far more interesting than you would get if somebody who's got a lot of money, or somebody that's middle class. And that's why working class stories or working class actors that we've had for the last 30 years are the best.
As you can probably tell by that poster, I played a romantic lead. And being a Pakistani Muslim who plays a romantic lead in a film that was across cinemas across the UK, it toured all the festivals around the world, managed to travel from Germany to the States to, God, I was everywhere. It was just a really special time. But my community didn't get it. If you were Asian, they didn't get, what is he doing on TV in a relationship, because they didn't understand the concept of telling a story. In some communities, you know, if you're from the Black African community, Kurdish community, Somali, I know people, I work with young people in those communities, and if they say drama, oh, I want to do drama, people laugh at them thinking, what, you want to be an actor?
I mean, when I was at school doing drama, like you guys, I think I kind of sat in the middle where it was like, I had my best pals who really supported it, most of them did it as well. And then, you know, there was people in school that were like, what are you doing that for? Why are you? And it was a weird thing to do, so it's really nice to hear that, you know, everybody's quite supportive now. All these people watch films and listen to music and, you know, watch things on the telly, and it's like, so you're not laughing at them, you're watching them, so what's the difference with, you know, us trying to pursue this?
What results did you get to get into the Royal Conservatoire?
To get into the RCS, I think it's 3 C's you need, unless you want to go and do the B.Ed course, which is music teaching. You need to have, I think it's like a B at higher English and an A or a B at Nat 5 maths, and then the other results are C's. So it's actually quite achievable results wise to get into the RCS, because they want to audition you, so you'll go in and it's more of like a kind of talent based thing.
So something that you know now that you could have used back then, what would it be? What would it be? Is it about resilience? Is it about passion? What would it be?
It would be, because I was very surprised when I got accepted. So the first thing is, actually, you could probably get accepted. That's the first thing. Yeah. The second thing that, yeah, it's about resilience, that you keep working hard at it regardless. So what I would tell young Marty is don't give up. It'll get tough, but stick at it, get through it, and the better times will come. And also remember that you'll improve and that you'll change. So you'll be cast as one thing when you're 20, and then you'll be cast as a different thing when you're 30, and I'm getting cast as fathers and all that now that I'm 49. So just keep calm about it, and remember that's your passion. Remember that's what you love doing.
It's very similar, but I think just younger me didn't know that she could do it, and I think I was always very closed off and trying to hide who I really was, you know, to try and fit in. And I think I wish I was just a bit more silly, you know. I'm very silly now.
I felt that it was quite good that you came here instead of us going to you, because I felt like you were making more of an effort to like talk to us and that.
because you don't really hear about anybody for Castlemilk like having a big job or like a cool job. Like acting's like different. Like most people just like have an office job or work in the shop or something.
Despite the fact that their area has initially had a bad name, they've broke the barriers and shown that it's possible, it can be done.
You don't really hear many people like, I'm an actor and I'm from Castlemilk. It's not something you hear every day of your life. Like, it's quite unusual.
It kind of shows you that it doesn't like matter where you come from or what everybody else is doing. Like if you really want to if you really want to be an actor, you can do it. But it doesn't matter.
It made us feel quite proud to say that like I've kind of got a chance to do something, get a good job in a big industry.
It makes you feel like you can do it, like no matter like where you're from, like what your background is and like what race or anything you are.
I thought that I had to like, pay thousands and have the best of the best grades to get into it, but it's not. Like fair enough, you need to have good grades to get in, but you don't need to have tons of money, which is good for people that don't come from the best areas.
Like it showed you how useful acting can be, like confidence and stuff, and it just shows you that you don't need to just be an actor, and that you can use acting for different things.
Leaving this room, I know that anything is possible.